I'm getting to sound, learn what young eagles sound like. Oh, I gotta move this. It's a bald eagle. I've been seeing them on the increase past few years. August the 10th, 2023. Gave Jasmine a flea and tick dog bath yesterday. Second time this year. I don't think the third. Second. I won't went to fly. It's lit this morning 3 times, or either there's like 2 of them. I don't know how many. In the top of that cedar tree. They keep coming back. I've seen it light in this tree more than once. What does it do? Feel safe? It's a bald eagle. I guess you could say not even half grown. That dark-headed guy, just like a couple months ago. This is August 10th, 2023. We're over there in that yard. The day I take an Apple phone back to Walmart, Mena, Arkansas. Like a $250 phone after taxes. He's trying to call one. It flies over. I'm like, there's a young bald eagle. And it lit in the tree over there. I'm like, I've seen everything. He's like, oh, he's like, if you make a sound like it's injured or sound like a mouse or a small varmint or rodent on the ground, he's like, you'll get their attention. I said, how do you know this? He's like, growing up, living off the land. That's the eagle. I wouldn't know. That's gotta be. It is. I've seen a monarch butterfly this morning. I guess I'm gonna do a little bit more push mowing. So I think going back a couple of years ago, I thought as they get older, I thought some of the eagles were hawks. I bet you could confuse that. When they start turning more brown, if that is a small eagle, it's got to be. You probably start thinking they're hawks and they're turning out to be mature eagles. See, there's one soaring right there. You just to look at it, at the size, you'd think that's a hawk soaring. The one soaring. You'd think it's a hawk, but it's not a hawk. It's not but you know it's not a buzzard. See, there's the other one soaring, like a young one like this. There goes a drone, but anyway, you think that's a hawk. And see, I asked that guy, that dark-headed guy, the day he is cutting down the tree where the phone line, power line goes. This time a year ago, like June, July. He's cutting it down. There's one soaring, and I said, what is that? I said, tell me what it is. But look how both of us can be right, both of us can be wrong naturally. I asked him, what's that soaring? This time a year ago, 2022. He says, he's like, Scotty, he's like, that's a turkey hawk. Nope, it wasn't. It's an eagle that's not fully grown. A bald eagle, I guess. There's one soaring and there's one lit. They're young eagles. That's all I know. But like in Catted Gap, Narrows, you can, when you're canoeing, like the Cow River this time of the year, where there's some of them high banks and hills along the river, they nest there. Because I've only canoed the Cow River like 3 times, like from the Narrows to Glenwood. But one of the times I canoed, you could see eagles. That one woman I dated, I can't say what year it was, it's either 2013, 2016. Right on this side of the Cattle Creek apartment, we saw some, through that stream there, before it flows into the Cow River, we saw some young eagles. I don't think we were walking, I think we were driving. It seemed like she pointed them out. But that's the closest I've ever seen until the past couple of years, or I've never seen young eagle through here. Just every now and then, very rarely a full-grown one, a mature one. But I say half-grown, shoot, a full-grown eagle's huge. I'm not even taking that into account. you know, because this was all field between here and the river. When I'm like 10 years old, standing up here one day with my grandfather, we're seeing something at a distance down in the field. He's getting out the 22 of his gun to look through the scope, and we start driving down there. I mean, from up here, it looked like a dog like that, sitting, laying there from up here. But it instead of being a turkey buzzard, we start driving there, and it's an eagle sitting on the ground. I guess a fully grown, mature bald eagle. So sizable. So I say half grown. I keep saying half grown. They're like a quarter of the way, I guess. They're adolescent eagle. They flew the coop, flew the roost, left the nest. I guess they're on their own, doing what they do. I do kind of like those style of Jeeps. I wouldn't want one white, but I like the pickup bed. That's a good little all-in-one for it not to be a full-size rated. Should I try to get this to upload on the Facebook Live or something while I'm mowing, or not even worry about it? Because I'm about to go put this device up, and I won't even have a device on me. I'm about to go mow. I guess on the backyard too. 10th day of August, 2023. And that woman left here that day, last year, 2022. Said she's going to Malvern, Arkansas. What day? I don't even know what day it was she come back, like late July. She showed up middle of July, and she left about July the 20th, gone for like 7 days, come back in late July, and then left again August the 10th. First time talked to her in over a year was late December 2021. So I mean, I barely saw her. I didn't even see her total last year. Not even a total 3 months. Definitely not in order. I tried to send her a message. People said she was in jail. I tried to send her one on the city telecoin. It didn't work before she went to Polk County Jail. If they told me the truth on all that. See, that's another thing. I try to navigate online or use it. It don't work for me. I like spin my wheels. And people wonder why somewhere in the mix I get mad and break phones. But 2 of them I've dropped and cracked. But think of that too. After they're cracked, you can't even probably use them out in the rain. You know, they go haywire. Oh, a ZTE phone I had in about fall 2019. If I was out in a little light, misty rain, little droplets could just go on the screen and it'd go haywire. Couldn't operate it. But I think it did all right on the signal. But then if I had a higher end, like an Orbic Wonder, and I'm out in a light, misty rain, no screen protector, it did fine. But I had a low end touchscreen phone. If I was in a misty rain, it's like little finger points all over the screen. Early 2020, I left. I think in the seat of that, I was looking at something one morning. I laid down an Orbic Wonder phone. I left it in a moderate rain. It got wet on the screen. It made one side of it. It dried out. Went back to working, but a centimeter from the whole left side of the screen would not work. From the bottom corner to the top corner, like a centimeter in width, less than a quarter an inch. I would put it on screen rotation, and then sometimes, if I had to log into something, I'd put it on screen rotation. I continued to use it as a tablet as it dried out. After it dried out, went back to working. But then on certain things, certain applications like Norton LifeLock or something like that wouldn't recognize screen rotation. So then I'd have to minimize the keyboard to get like an X or something on the left side of the keyboard, not to be on that side to log in. But part of me I wanted to upload that commentary. Or the first one, I was like, I'm gonna have to forget about the Dr. Michael Colgrove thing, the secret pregnancy. I don't know. I'm kind of like old dogger buddy. I'm in my own survival mode. I don't know. But even him, he even made a statement this morning. He's like, I guess people don't want to get together and help out others. I've brought that up more than once earlier this year.